بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So yesterday we had some very interesting weather. So we had flash floods. So there was a lot of everything was haywire. So we couldn't cope. 15 minutes of rain, 20 minutes of rain, the infrastructure couldn't cope with it. We had floods, we had traffic, drains were all exploding. So from this, one thing we need to, take ibarah from is that these are all signs from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person who's materialistic and who's full of madda, just like that's all materialism, he'll say, oh, this was because this drain wasn't big enough, or this wasn't this enough, or this wasn't enough. But everything that Allah does, Allah uses asbab. So it's, well, a lot of rain because of this, lots of hurricane because of this. These are all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should always think that this is a warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for us to take heed. And one day we should take heed is like, we are at the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're at the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That everything that we do, we have, is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if He wants, He can destroy us like this. In nothing. Nothing. إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا يَقُولُ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ. Just kun, and it happens. Yes? We think, okay, it happens in that country because they don't have drainage. That's why they have floods. It happens in that country because the houses are kind of, weak. Imagine if that had lasted for 2 hours. So you had this much flood in 15, 20 minutes. If it was for 2 hours, what would happen? If it lasted for the whole day. So we are absolutely helpless. But insan is so proud and arrogant, we're so negligent, so ghafil. We never take heed of anything. We never take warning from anything. It's like, oh, it's a tamasha. It's like a show, or like a joke, or a laugh. But all of these signs that if, in the future it could happen, it can last for 2 hours. And everything like, houses, crops, everything could get destroyed. So when we see these things, don't think as like a, the Prophet ﷺ, when he would see a cloud, what would he do? Okay, in the hadith, he would come perform salah. And Aisha radiallahu ta'ala asked him that, why? He said that, people before us, they said, هَذَا عَارِضٌ مُمْتِرُونَ. This is a cloud that brings rains upon us, but it became an adab. So we are so weak. Like everything that we need, Allah can just change it overnight like that, in the blink of an eye. Like inflation. So you're going to have, I got £1 million, but you're going to have £1 million and inflation happens, that £1 million is worth nothing. Did that happen? In Russia you have it, sometimes you still find out, or they found a whole bag of money, old money is worth nothing. If you have inflation, nothing happens. You're not protected from anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Every single speck in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is His jinn, His army. He can punish us by anything. He can punish us using anything. Yes? Like, before, a couple of years ago, we had that, there was in Scandinavia somewhere, there was a volcano. No? Well, when a volcano came, so that if planes fly, there's a possibility that it might get caught up in the engines, and what will happen? Planes could crash. So then they stopped flying. Remember that? And then what happened? They had to stop flying. Fruits was less in the market, things go up. So just one volcano somewhere else, another part of the world, what happens? Problem. Yes? We could get rat infestation. Rat infestation comes, all our crops goes. What happens then? We are proud and haughty, we have all of these things, we have enough, we have so much food, so much backup, all this. Nothing can happen. Even the air we breathe, those people who died in the ocean, millionaires, and why did they die? The thing which is faqir and ghani, everybody is sama. Oxygen. Nobody has monopoly over oxygen. No? You never have to ask for oxygen, but the death, millionaires and billionaires, the death came because of the thing that is the most the commodity is like nobody has asked for, that came the sabab of your death. You understand? So we should always take ibrah that. Don't think that I am young, I am strong, I'm haughty, I can do anything. You get one of those neurons in your brain doesn't click properly, you can't walk properly, you lose a balance, you keep falling over. You see some young people, it happens sometimes. Cancer. What happens in cancer? All of a sudden they have cancer, become weak. I think. So the haughtiness and pride and arrogance that I am something, or I am, you don't say this, but the way we conduct ourselves, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we show ourselves to other people, the way we behave. We're actually saying this. That nothing can. We're saying not with our qal, but with our hal. What we're saying, man ashaddu minna quwwa. I've got a car, I've got money, I've got income, I've got a girl, I've got everything, I've got fame. No one can tell me anything to do. You come to Jummah, you don't want to hear any of the bayan lectures. Even if you come for Jummah, you don't want to hear what your parents say, you don't want to hear what the ulama have to say, you don't want to hear what you just think full. Yes. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He wants to destroy somebody, He can destroy them. What happened to Fir'aun and his people? What did Allah send azab? You look at the azab that Allah sent before the final azab. The father, it's a frog. A frog, so many frogs, like, it's knock me damage. Like, frogs everywhere. Imagine frogs everywhere. You can't survive. Like, you open up a fridge, frogs. In our time, imagine that happens. But yeah, frogs here, frogs in the drain, frogs here, frogs there. Behind the bookshelf, there's frogs. It's like an infestation of frogs. Then you have dam. What is dam? Some say it's nosebleeds. Imagine it's like a disease. Everybody gets nosebleed, like a disease. Kummal. Was it jarad? What's jarad? Locusts. Imagine this infestation of locusts. Like it's small animals. Allah uses these smallest things to destroy. So we're not beyond anything. So don't ever think the current state that you're in, that this is now, the fact, this is it. There's always, it's a turn of events, like anything can happen anytime. So whenever the minutes happen, we should turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do tawbah, do istighfar. Because all of us have some wrongness. The worst wrong is shirk, and rejecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And doing zulm, murder, killing, all this kind of oppression. But even if we're not doing that, on a lower level, we're doing some kind of evil, some kind of wrong. Maybe ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You might be doing all these things. So do tawbah to Allah, do istighfar and tawbah. So look, and don't think of this as tamasha. If we believe that everything, that's our belief in, that every single thing that happens, we don't believe that everything that happens, every drop of rain that falls, Allah causes it to drop. Every drop that comes down, gravity, we say that Allah's gravity is not a makhluk in itself. Gravity doesn't have power. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He brings every single makhluk down at this force on His own accord. When you drop a pen, it's not, gravity is not independent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a person on his own, no. Every time you drop a pen, Allah is the one causing that pen to drop at a particular speed. Behind of everything. Every time you see water boil, Allah causes the water boil. It's a system. And He makes every single water boil at that particular thing. When you see the airplane flying, it's not that now the airplane is on its own and the wind is on its own. Allah causes every single particle of air to move. كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. Every single particle is under Allah's control. So when you see you breathing, it's not, I got lungs, I can breathe. When you say I got my blood is nice, I will flow. Every single vessel, every single drop of blood that flows in your body, Allah is the one causing this to happen. It's our belief. Allah is everything He does. You following? So everything that Allah does. So we always need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never, and these kind of things as a reminder that this could be a wake-up call. Now look, one little thing could happen. So don't be haughty that something else could happen. You get kidneys, you're young, you're happy, everything, your kidneys fail. You can't even go to the toilet properly. If you go to the toilet, it's just for you have the in, Allah humbles you. That look, you want to be proud and haughty, you can't even go to the toilet, you can't even control your own urine properly. So everything that we have is a favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we should do shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His favors, and we should do tawbah and istighfar for any wrongs that we may have done. And whenever anything like this comes, we should take it as a heed, as a warning. Yes, the anger of Allah and the wrath of Allah is just around the corner. And never think that, don't think that there's a hadith that comes with the exact wording. It's like a mu'min, he takes ibrah from everything. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? He's thankful for the good, and he's fearful and there's repentance of the bad. And then munafiq is like a donkey or an animal. You just tie it up. So if you tie a donkey in the yard, it doesn't know why you tied it in there. It just eats there. You tie it in this yard, it doesn't know why it's tied there. You let it go, it doesn't know why. It doesn't understand anything. So those people who don't have understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of the hereafter, of the concept of azab and iqab, to them it's like this, everything like this. It happens and goes. In hayatun ad-dunya namut wa nahya. Just live and die and everything happens coincidentally. You say no, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And everything that will happen for a reason. And who's going to cause it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there's no way you can disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and get away with it. If you're getting away with it, it's not getting away with it. It's just a disrespect from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah says, do not think of it to be khairul lakum. It's shar. When Allah gives you, that you're doing sins, don't say, I've done a sin, nothing happens. Nothing has happened, things will happen. But Allah has given you respite. Either for two things. Allah has been kind to you to do tawbah, or Allah has given you more length so that you can do even more. What happens when you have a big drug? If you park on double yellow, what happens? They just give you a ticket in it. They give you a ticket and they go, no big deal, pay the fine, finish. But if it's a big drug deal, what do? They don't catch him straight away, what do? They have film. 1 case, 2 cases, 3 cases, 4 cases. They get all the material ready. They got so much information, so many cases that they got 20 or 30 cases. If you get away from 10 of them, the other 20 is still there. So you got proper case against him. So when people disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sometimes Allah gives a chance to do tawbah, and sometimes Allah gives you more and more. When the time comes, it's done. There's no escape. Inna akhdahu shadeed. Allah's punishment. So take these as warnings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me and all of it to subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.